Glad you guys are out of the house. Yeah. And it's especially nice to be here, especially being first on stage, because I generally think of myself as like the Air Bud of comedians. It's like, you know, I'm pretty good for a pet, but that's how I talk about myself. Other people are not so kind. I was bullied a lot growing up, especially when I was a little kid, like 10, 11 years old. I got called things like Garrett the Carrot, Garrett the Parrot, Garrett the pussy ass titty baby crybaby bitch. And I'll be honest, that last one hurt the most, and that's because I was homeschooled. Yeah, my mom was a mean drunk. Don't know what to tell you guys. I still get some stupid nicknames though, like my drug dealer calls me G-Spot, because I'm really good at hide and seek, guys. Nobody bothers looking for me. Yeah, and like growing up like that, and also like being a comedian, I kind of figured I'd be immune to bullying at this point. Like, if you know, a normal person, guy gets in their face, starts shouting mean shit at him, like, you know what, your fucking job sucks, and you got a tiny dick, and your mother's a whore. Most people would get mad at that, but for me, I'm like, oh, you've heard my act before. It's always nice to meet a fan. So I thought that I was immune to bullying until a couple weeks ago. I was just walking down the street, minding my own business, and I got socially distanced bullied by somebody across the street. They saw my X-Men belt buckle and just apropos of nothing screamed at me, "Hey, what's your mutant ability? Virginity?" So I collected myself and I yelled back, "Yeah, well, what's yours? Being really good at guessing stuff?" Yeah, sex is a weird one though, because it's been weird for me because let me tell you this, it's a very interesting double-edged sword finding your dad's VHS porn tape when you're 13 years old. And it's a double-edged sword because on the one hand it's porn and you're 13. This is awesome. On the other hand, the whole Be Kind Rewind thing doesn't really apply to pornography. So when you stick it in the player, it starts where he finished. And that's a weird thing to know about your dad. It also starts where he finished in a different way, because this has been my roundabout way of telling all of you that my parents made a sex tape. Yeah. I just got the light there, so I'm gonna leave you with something. I've been spending my time doing some reading and some research on some very fascinating stuff. A lot of it's sexually related because I have some issues with sexuality. But I did end up reading this one study where they talked to a whole group of doctors. It was like 150 doctors. And all of the doctors said that almost 50% of their male patients over 30 have a friend that suffers from erectile dysfunction. And that blew my mind, because that means that almost 50% of men over 30 consider me a friend. Guys, I'm Garrett Cousino. Give it up for Vincent Zambon!